All right, Vermont. So Let's Grow Kids. We are a movement, really a campaign to end Vermont's childcare crisis by 2025. And what are our goals? Access. Every child has access to childcare in all the settings we heard about a couple panels ago. Affordability. No family pays more than 10% of their income on that care. And quality. The best proxy, as we know, a well-compensated, prepared, supported workforce of early childhood educators. Those are our goals. We do it through people, policy, programs. So good reminder of Vermont's size, 650,000 people. We have 40,000 of those actively engaged in this campaign. That's a significant part of our population, right? They're lifting up their voices, telling their stories, and explaining why we need this public and political will. Okay, programs we also work on. We're strategically on the ground in communities, building capacity, building quality. But policy, all important policy. This is where I want to pause. We've heard so much today about infrastructure, essential infrastructure. It's a broken business model. Parents can't afford to pay more. Early educators can't afford to make less. Something's got to give. I really just hope we can all agree that public investment is a part of this solution. Okay? Because if we're going to say, all right, I hope that's a good agreement, right? I think Susan Perry said earlier, it doesn't have to be too complicated. You know, I'm hearing these trends. I hope we can agree on these key principles. Public investment, a significant part of that goes to early ed compensation and parent affordability, right? Yes, it's complicated. There are many details that are important, but I really truly think if we can agree on these broad swaths that I hear agreement on here, you know, it can really strengthen our collective will and courage and accelerate the work in our states, but nationally as well. So it's working in Vermont. That strategy is working in Vermont. Last year we passed Act 76. It's one of the most expansive child care bills in the country. It passed, and it had unprecedented bipartisan support. Republicans, Progs, Independents, Democrats, a libertarian. Okay? Seriously, I am not joking. Our only libertarian. Okay, so that's important. And it passed the first of its kind payroll tax, 0.44%. 75 employer, 25 employee split. The employer can pay the whole amount if they want. It, with general fund appropriation increase, puts $125 million sustainably annually into funding childcare in Vermont forever. Systemic, sustainable change, okay? Yes. So, and what does it buy? Access, affordability, quality, right? $20 million immediately out to stabilize the field. From there, 35% increased reimbursement rates to early educator programs so they can increase wages, so they can build more childcare. And eligibility, income eligibility. By October, 575% of poverty and below. So a family of four making $180,000 a year will have access to child care financial assistance in Vermont. So big stuff, okay? How did we do it? The business community. You know, if we agree that public investment is key, it's all the things we've heard today. It's great for kids. We've glossed over that a little bit. It's really good for kids. It's good for our families. It's good for communities. We all know that. But if it's revenue, businesses are key, and I'm so grateful to our Vermont businesses. Actually, a bunch of them are here today. Our public-private partnership looked like businesses saying, let me understand the issue deeply. I know how it affects me. It's a workforce crisis of our time. So what's the solution? They realized it's a broken business model. If we're going to fix this, we need to be at the table, not just as supporters, but leaders in writing the policy and advocating for the tax on them. And that's what they did. And that's why it happened in Vermont, which is amazing. So picture this, last thing on this, picture this. January morning on Senate Economic Development Committee in Vermont's legislature, 10 businesses, a one-man contractor, Suncommon, right, our biggest solar company, a restaurant owner, Twincraft Skincare owners are here today. Many of them members of the moderate Vermont Business Roundtable, the president of which is here today as well, right? Coming to the table and saying, here's my bottom line, tax me. This is how much a payroll tax would cost me as a business owner. This is how much, it'll take me 4 months, right? It'll take me 2 months, it'll take me 6 months, it'll take me 2 weeks. They all showed it. This is how long it will take me personally, here's my budget, to pay that back. And then, once I pay that back, I'll be paying more taxes to Vermont. My incomes of my employees will go up. They'll have more spending capital, right? They, more than anyone, show the return on investment. When we pay this, we've heard it today so many different ways. It pays for itself 3 times over immediately, like an economic stimulus, 3 times over the lifetime of the kid. And that's a conservative estimate, right? So no one better than that business community to say, tax me, I'll show you what it does, I'll show you the dynamics. So I'm very excited to be able to share this, as you can tell, and to be joined by a lot of our champions here today, and I'm excited to hear from you all on this as well.